the venue itself is a challenge because it will be loud and it's going to be hostile, and you would expect that. But the biggest challenge is their players. You know, they've got a lot of good football players, a lot of experienced guys, and they're playing at a high level. And it's you know, as far as intensity level and all that, it'll be unparalleled, you know, both for them and for us. We just got to execute better. They're just an outstanding football team. That's why they deserve to be ranked where they're at, and that's why they're competing for the championship. And that doesn't say we can't beat them, and we're not practicing and going down there with the intention of, you know, let's just show up and see what happens. I mean, we're going down there to battle our tails off and try to get the win. Well, it'd be an awful lot, certainly for our fans and for our university, but more than anything for our seniors and our players, because they haven't had a chance to win that. And again, we don't talk about the past and what's happened last year or 3 years ago or 5 years ago, but you know, you want to be able to have that on your resume that you beat Ohio State if you play at Michigan, certainly. And our guys haven't had a chance to do that, but I think for our players and the guys that have been through some rough patches the last couple of years, it mean an awful lot to them.
It means a lot, you know, not just for me, but for the seniors from the last 6 years that didn't get a chance to go out beating them. And they, you know, it's been a couple classes now that have gone through here without getting a chance to beat them. So it means a lot for me and for this team, and also for those guys that I played with the last few years. It's kind of a different intensity, you know. It's kind of hard to speak about, but just kind of everybody knows who you're playing, and you know, it's there in the back of your mind. It's a little different than playing anybody else, and you know, it's the end of the year, so everybody's a little beat up. But you kind of you know, put some band-aids on your wounds and get after it and leave it all out there this Saturday.
It's just the mentality of each guy in the team, just a different type of you know, different type of preparation, different type of focus. I mean, every week we want to come in as focused and prepared as possible, but Ohio State definitely is a little bit different. I mean, it's the history of the rivalry. It's the blood feud. It's everything encompassed into one, and that makes this game, you know, Michigan versus Ohio State.
As a veteran, you know, it's not my last year, but a lot of the guys in my class, it's their last year. Some of the fourth-year guys that didn't redshirt. So, I mean, one of the big things for seniors is you don't want to go out of this. You never want to leave this program without beating Ohio State. There's been some guys that have had to do that as of late. And, you know, they've stressed the importance to me after they left the program and came back and made contact with me that, you know, there's definitely an emptiness in their, you know, what they feel like was their career at Michigan when they hadn't beaten Ohio State. And that's definitely a position I don't want to find myself in.
I think they hate us. We hate them. I mean, that's just how it is. That's what it is. And I think that's what makes it so special. I mean, there's so much dislike, and that's why you get the best from each team each year, no matter what. So, that's why each team's going to play the best and as hard as they can. Coach always says, you know, because the freshmen, they don't really know about it. You know, they're young, you know, they'll figure it out. If you can't get motivated for this game, I don't know, why do you play football? Why are you even here? So I think the freshmen are going to find out today, because today's the first practice. But there's just going to be a different sense of intensity. You can just feel it in the air. It's just something that I think you don't really need a motivational speech for it or to get excited for it, because I'm getting excited right now just talking about it.
Respect, physical team, great coach team, and a great team. So that's just going to get you ready. I mean, playing against Michigan State, Iowa, there's good teams, and Wisconsin was a pretty good defense, you know. So you got to be prepared when you play against these guys. Going out there with my teammates and going out there with my coaches, and I know they're going to put us in the right places to win the game and try to go out there and play hard as we can.
Talk about learning about the rivalry. Was there anything that happened last year that then clicked in your mind that, yeah, this is a really big deal?
When I see Mike Shaw run into the guy down the tunnel, that was a big thing. I was like, oh, it's going to be intense. This game will be crazy. And I watched Charles Woodson go against Boston, I think, on the sideline. He was fighting on the sideline. I was like, all right, it's going to be a big deal.